Okay, I'm in London, Leicester Square. Let's take a look here. So, come a little closer. Come a little closer. So today's discussion is about FDI, which is foreign direct investment. You should have read about it in one of the chapters, hopefully. Now, what does that actually mean? It means a couple different things. It could mean a company that invests in a foreign country, a whole lot of, like, for instance, you see a McDonald's is over here, there's a Burger King over there. It could mean a factory. We were actually talking to our Algerian taxi driver. The French invested a lot in Algeria, in wine country. After the French left, the vineyards have been destroyed. They don't have a wine industry anymore, to the extent that they once did. But that's one example. Another example is through mergers and acquisitions. So instead of creating a new company or a new subsidiary in a foreign country, you're doing a merger or an acquisition. I don't know if you noticed the Burger King no, you don't have to pan over that. The Burger King, if you remember a few years ago, Burger King of America and Tim Hortons of Canada had a merger and acquisition. One was buying the other. So that's another example. Other FDI would be when a company just invests more money into an existing thing. So those are examples.
Thank you. Sorry.
It's okay. So we have inflows and we have outflows. Now, one of the things that's important is those numbers aren't always important because of mergers and acquisitions and changes. You might have a net negative one year and a positive the next year. So when you're doing research on a particular country and you see the FDI is down or whatever, it doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot because of mergers and acquisitions and how they're investing, though there is a trend that you can generally see. Now in the UK here, typically investments in the UK, about a third of them come from America and about a third of them come from the EU. One of the reasons why you might invest in a place like the United Kingdom is it's got a low corporate tax rate and it's got a stable government and economy. That's a huge thing. There are a lot of countries I would never risk any money in because I don't know what's going to happen there. But the UK is certainly a place that I would. So as far as outflows, about 50% of the UK investments go to the European Union. So that's one of the things. So one of the things that changed with the UK is Brexit. Okay, we'll talk about that in a later chapter. But after Brexit, there were the big fears things were going to go bad, whatever, by some people. In fact, investments have continued into Britain, but at a slightly slower pace than they had been prior to 2016. The other big changes has been the coronavirus pandemic. That has totally changed foreign direct investments because now, as an example, people are working remote. So you may not set up an office in London if you can work remotely. Why would you do that? Why would you waste the money? So anyway, those are some things about foreign direct investment that you ought to know. And if you read the chapter, you might already know.